Gillespie, and now Beckham, and we find another way. Yet another way. That's hard to believe. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth.
Game's going to change from this day on. And mark down the date, July 31st, 2014.
Mike Redmond right now rips his shirt off, throws his hat.
I feel like doing the same thing.
A major league catcher himself, Redmond.
Get your money's worth, Red. Get your money's worth.
It's an enormous call. It's a tie game. Redmond has been ejected.
I don't care what I read, what they say afterward. That's not the right call. It's a bad call.
It took them 6 minutes
to make a bad call.
What he'd like to do is pick up the phone, I'm sure, and call New York and go at it with those guys.
Give me that number.
Playing off, bit up on the route, and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Number two, I don't really know what words I can describe that are fit for FCC airwaves to explain the tragic decisions by J.R. Smith. You talk about asleep at the wheel. I got to tell you something right now. That is as inexcusable of a mistake as you can possibly make. It's not like it was in the throes of action. You're George Hill, you're at the free throw line. You have an opportunity to take a deep breath, pause, collect your thoughts and what have you. And still standing at the free throw line where he was inexplicably not boxed out, he grabs an offensive rebound and runs out as if they're trying to run the clock out because he thinks they have the lead and ultimately blows it and sends the game into overtime. LeBron James is looking at him like he has to be the most idiotic individual on the planet Earth. He looks at LeBron James and said, I didn't know, I thought we were up. And there you have it. You saw what happened in overtime. I think about Chris Webber calling a timeout when there were no timeouts for a national championship on the line. I think about the great Isaiah Thomas, a two-time champion, one of the greatest guards we've ever seen in NBA history, throwing the ball in bounds under Boston's basket or near under Boston's basket. I consider those two flaws, those two faux pas to be epic. But I just don't know what to say about this. Look, man. I just don't know what to say. Scott?
Yep.
It is rare that I am relatively speechless. That moment has officially arrived. I don't know what to say. It is one of the most brain-dead, idiotic things that I've ever witnessed in covering basketball live. I didn't cover C. Webb in the Final Four. And that's an honest mistake because you're in the throes of action timeout. I didn't cover Isaiah Thomas going up against the great Bird and McHale teams in Boston. That kind of stuff happened. You're trying to throw a quick inbounds pass, but it still wasn't the smartest decision in the world. And we know how brilliant and cerebral Isaiah Thomas is. In the case of J.R. Smith, I don't know what to say.
Well,
I don't know what to say, Scott.
Somehow
I just don't.
What job? Oh, what are you doing? He threw him out of the ball game. You gotta be vaping me. What in the hell are you doing? What are you doing, Wagner? You gotta be kidding me. That is so bad. That is absolutely brutal.
That's incredible.
That is unbelievable. I'll tell you what. They have got to start making guys be accountable. That is totally absurd. That just tells you he has blue. Here's an umpire in the American League knows nothing about the game of baseball. That's unbelievable. They have got to do something about this, I'll tell you. They got some guys in this league that have no business umpiring. They have no business umpiring because they don't know what the game of baseball is about. And he is one of them. We have always had problems with this guy right here.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, sure, you know, AJ got hit, and look, he got hit in the upper part of his body, and right there, okay, we're going to send a little warning to these guys, send a message. Just throw
I'll tell you, he ought to be
in.
suspended. He ought to be suspended, and if they want to keep him as an umpire, send him back to school and teach him what this game is about.
Yeah.
On his front, and they're going to wave the play dead with the Bruins on the power play coming into the attacking zone. I mean, I understand if this is a peewee game or if there's a bone sticking out of his leg, but that is utterly ridiculous. I mean, the Bruins are on the power play. It's the third period of a playoff game. It's a one-goal game, and you're going to stop the play for a guy who's still conscious?
If you're going to blow it down now when Toronto has the puck in the neutral zone. It doesn't happen.
That's not the point.
It is the point.
You don't disrespect your best player.
Listen.
If you don't have a great relationship with your best player, you're never going to win.
That's not true.
He did not.
That's not true.
He did not, well, in
That's
your
not
opinion.
true.
No, just because you say something, it's just
That's
your
not
opinion.
true.
No, it's not true.
Me and Pat Riley never saw eye to eye, and what happened to my man win. So it's not true what you're saying.
Well, you
it's
had
not
to-
true what you're saying.
That's not true.
I'm just letting you know you know what you did.
Was the man on that team?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Don't
matter.
even start
It doesn't matter. I was a role player. You're right, but you know what?
That's
Me and him
my
didn't get
point.
along.
That's my point.
Me and him
I'm
didn't get along.
saying with your best player.
You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to
telling-
championship.
I'm just
No.
telling you something.
Stop babying
Wayne
these
carried
players.
you to that championship. No matter how much you scream you loud,
Listen.
that does not
Listen.
make you right.
Listen.
You're wrong in this. You can
And that's why you ain't win, because you was a baby. Stop babying these players.
I'm not babying no players.
He don't play. He don't play. He got to sit his ass down.
But
Period.
He got to repair his
He ain't got to repair nothing. He got to stop babying the players. You got baby. That's why you ain't win.
He got to. I didn't have Dwayne. I didn't have Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant carry me up and down the court.
So why you not Hall of Fame? Because I got 3 Finals MVP, Chuck.
Because you
Google me, Chuck.
Everybody
Google
knows
me,
you were a
Chuck.
great
You see
player.
that?
Everybody
Google
knows
me.
you're a great player.
You don't know
That
what you're talking about when it comes to
No,
championship. He ain't got to repair nothing. He got to step up and play.
We all
when it
didn't
comes
have
play.
other players
This is
carrying us
playoff
up and down the
stoppage,
court.
Chuck.
You can yell as much as
I
you
got
want
3
to.
Finals MVP. How many
and
you
you
got?
were a great player.
Thank
but
you.
you wouldn't have got him if
That's
you
my
didn't have
point.
Kobe.
Also-
Winky Wright has stated he wants to call you. Do you want to fight Winky Wright?
Well, is Winky Wright paying me or who's buying the fight? It depends on what the license fee is. It depends on what my share is. I don't fight just to be fighting. I did enough of that on Philadelphia streets in Philadelphia for free. So yes, I will fight anybody. But the fight is no problem. You got to make the fight. The dollars got to make sense, and we can move on and you can see better fights, Larry. I don't have an attitude. I just want to get paid for my labor like any other working class citizen in America.
Well, it looks like tonight you got paid for doing not much.
Let me tell you something, Larry. You get paid every day on the TV for not doing much. Wow.
He showed in the fight today.
No, he did, man. Listen, he got clipped a lot in that fight. It looked like he was hurt bad a couple of times. He stayed in there. He went for 3 rounds. You know, Michael Jackson, I'm not happy with. This guy was acting like a goofball tonight. You get this opportunity to come in and fight CM Punk, and you're doing like bolo punches to the body on top. Never looked like he was trying to finish the fight ever, right? Looked like he could have finished the fight a few times. Never tried. I don't know what that guy did for a living before we gave him the shot, but whatever it was, he needs to go back and do that again. He's 0-2 as far as I'm concerned.
Well, to that point, it seemed like he was trying to milk it to stay on TV longer. Did you get that sense?
I got the sense that he's a complete fucking idiot, and I couldn't wait for that fight to end, and I regretted not putting it on Fight Pass. Okay. That's how I felt about it.
Okay.
About the welterweight division.
Let's talk about 2 of them.
Not pleased with Tyron Woodley's performance?
They broke the record for the least punches ever thrown in a title fight. There's not much to be pleased with or to talk about. I mean, what really is there to talk about in that fight?
Well, I mean, Damian Maia did everything he could to get this to the canvas. Tyron had incredible takedown defense. He did something that not a lot of people who face Maia are able to do.
You made it sound great. Thank you.
Welcome.
There are actually credible organizations out there other than the UFC where guys are making a lot of money and getting paid. Oscar De La Hoya is an idiot. He's a liar, okay? And he didn't build Golden Boy. You know it. I know you're not going to smash De La Hoya and be honest about this. You're in the business.
I'll always be honest.
You're not going to battle with Oscar De La Hoya. You're in the business. You have to deal with this moron, you know.
I'll always be honest.
The reality is this. He came on ESPN.
That Schaefer built Golden Boy?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Schaefer obviously
built Golden Boy.
Schaefer was
not
considered the business brains behind the operation early on for sure.
Oscar did Yeah, there's no brains behind the operation now. He just did an interview with a kid named Aaron up at TSN in Canada. He didn't know anything about the fights. He went up and did a press conference. He didn't know any of the fighters' names. Not only did he not know them, he didn't even take the time to write them on a piece of paper and read them off the paper.
You ain't shit. You're not shit. I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit. You would do nothing.